Hi guys, we've got Nexus Destroyers versus Furious 5 now. Sorry, I'm actually sorry. We've got Clueless Gaming versus. Sorry, forgive me for this.
Microphone activated.
Yeah, so we've got Clueless Gaming versus TeamK right now. Clueless Gaming is on the blue side and TeamK is on the purple side. And I've got TOD, that is Tons of Damage, co-casting with me, and this is DJ Ram. So let's go to Tons of Damage for analysis of the bans right now.
Hey Ram, hey, what's up? Hey ladies and gentlemen. So we have seen a lot of mid-focus bans coming in against both the mid laners. Clueless Gaming allowed to have that Orianna pick. So that is interesting because Sexpus plays a lot of Orianna and he's a well-known Orianna player. And him being led to have that Orianna as first pick, it is also a wise choice because Z-Man plays Orianna a lot as well. So knowing that, Clueless Gaming have done the research and they have decided to first pick the Orianna from Z-Man 101. The Ari has been a targeted ban against X. I'm not sure why Clueless Gaming has banned out LeBlanc because I believe Z-Man doesn't play a lot of LeBlanc, but Rengar, Coldblood plays a lot of Rengar as well, and his early ganks put a lot of pressure on the enemy team. And Rumble is a targeted ban on Impale as well, and it is a very good pick here in the ILG. It's a hotly contested champion as well, so no surprises in seeing that ban coming in. Whereas Wukong is a targeted ban against King Bradley. He names Wukong, I believe, and Sejuani as well. King Bradley plays a lot of Wukong and Sejuani, so all the comfort picks have been taken away. DJ Ram, tell me about these picks coming in from.
Yeah, so I wanted to particularly ask you about the LeBlanc ban because it seems that Sexpus has played that LeBlanc exceptionally well, and it seems odd that he should ban champ that is his favorite. His favorite is LeBlanc, and he has ended up banning it. So why do you think that is?
I guess Team Clueless Gaming more focused on picking up team-oriented champions for this game rather than a pick comp. So realizing that Orianna scales a lot better than LeBlanc, and most of these games here in the ILG are scaling out till the late. Despite some, a few games which are ending pretty early. So, taking into account that most of these ILG semi-pro games are extending to the late game, Sexpus wants to play it safe, and maybe Orianna is a first safe pick as opposed to a LeBlanc first pick, I believe. Whereas LeBlanc is strong against anybody else in mid. Sexpus is more comfortable on Orianna, I guess.
Yeah, speaking of late game comps and late games in general, the previous match that was Clueless Gaming versus Magnificent Gaming, we saw the game dragged out to about 52 or 55 minutes, and they pretty much ran the same comp. I mean, they did have the Corki last game, but the Corki pretty much failed against Devil's Rammus. The Rammus sustained against the Corki. The whole team, that is the Gragas and the Rammus and everyone from Magnificent Gaming, pretty much countered the Corki, and they ended up losing because of a DC, but still, I'm just saying, is this Corki pickup a good pickup for Clueless Gaming? I mean, versus a Vi and, Impale's Irelia?
It's arguable because Corki is a very good pick here in the early game, and we have seen other team members and Agent 007 as well putting in a lot of pressure in the early game with that Corki. Corki is one of the strongest early game carries. Even if he concedes a couple of kills in lane, 1 or 2 deaths, he will still be strong enough during the early 1 or 2 dragon fights at least, allowing him to land a lot of poke with his rockets and his phosphorus bomb, doing a lot of AoE magic damage. So unless Team K picks a lot of early magic resist, Corki will be doing a lot of damage in these early fights. So I guess they are going with the AD carry who is strong in the early game, and a very reliable late game champion such as the Orianna, as long as he doesn't mess up his shockwaves.
Fair enough, fair enough. Now we're looking at the Syndra ban right now. Syndra pick right now. And this is the first time that I've seen a Syndra pick. I also see that King Bradley has gone with the NA solo queue style teleport into Smite to move from one buff to the other and also to teleport gank. And this double teleport comp without the flash from Master E, this is advisable.
It's a gamble if you ask me, because the Master E, he has to get going in the early stages of the game. He will scale alpha in the late game, but then he's a jungle Master E. He wouldn't have as much farm as does, and I do believe that if Team K just decides to focus Master E instead of going onto the back line of Corki or Orianna, they will still come out ahead in these fights, because Master E is pretty much has no escapes thanks to not having a flash as well. So once he alpha strikes and goes in, that is no coming out for the Master E. And considering that Team K has a Braum support as well, if he manages to land a 1Q onto the Master E, it's pretty much a dead Master E instantly. And also to note that Z-Man 101 has gone with a Syndra pick, so if he just outies Master E, that's pretty much going to be end of the jungler insta-deleted. So I definitely am questioning the Master E pick coming from King Bradley. I guess they are going with it because they have a little production with the shield from Orianna, Orianna provides a lot of utility with the command dissonance, allowing him to speed up and shield him as well. But might not always turn out in that.
You're quite right, Todd. I mean, I'm thinking about Zeman's Syndra pick here, and I actually think that he's just going to end up bursting down the Master E before he can actually do anything, because a Syndra just naturally has that humongous burst, and they have Impale. If Master E is going to come in real ham and Impale just gets queued by Master E, he's just going to use his E and stun up Master E, and he's going to get killed immediately. So going with the squishy jungle, I'm not quite sure about this, because the Braum with the stun and the Graves is not necessarily going to die to the Master E instantly, because we have the Graves passive, which we've been speaking about over the past few games. And just thinking about this, I think this whole purple team that is Team K, might just destroy this Master E. That's my opinion of Master E right now. I don't think this Master E is going to particularly work out.
Indeed, even if he snowballs the early game, they might just burst him out. The focus of Team K should be on to Master E and not to anybody else, if you ask me, because he has to alpha strike into the team, and he has no flash either. And you have to know that Orianna, if she manages to shield Master E, and Orianna cannot even shield and ulti on the Master. I mean, with the ball on the Master E, he cannot ulti Team K, because Master E, once he alpha strikes, he was missing out of the map, and Orianna will actually end up ulting herself.
So, I've actually seen that happen quite often. Happen quite often. And I'm also thinking about. I'm also worried about this Corki and the Orianna, because now that Master E is right there, we don't have any peel for Corki and Orianna other than the Thresh and the Maokai. The Master E is going to be on his own trying to take down their ADC or their mid laner, while the Orianna and the Corki are just going to have to fend for themselves.
Well, Maokai is a heavily peel heavy champion, and Corki has escape as well, and Orianna provides a lot of protection to any of that team members as well. So that peeling wise, I feel it is okay. But nonetheless, like we said, it all comes down to the Master E, and he should be the target of focus. Irelia should just go ahead and stun him up, and Syndra should just ult him right at the beginning of the fight, and he'll be left to just run away with his ultimate, pretty much doing nothing in these team fights.
So I've been looking for a Rek'Sai pick, but I haven't seen any Rek'Sai picks. Have there been any Rek'Sai picks over the course of the tournament?
Yes, there were, I believe, RPG team Red Pink Gaming That jungler RPG Saber plays a lot of Rek'Sai, and he's been able to consistently carry his team with the Rek'Sai pick. He has a immensely strong early game, and he even camps out his lanes. Camp as in just literally camp right there, waiting for the enemy laner to waste his escape ability. Like for example, if the enemy player had a LeBlanc, you just come mid lane, camp in the brush, wait for LeBlanc to go aggressive onto his fellow members mid lane with the W. Once he sees LeBlanc using the W, he'll start rolling in with the Rek'Sai, because you know that once LeBlanc uses the W, she pretty much has no escape other than if she has a flash that is, but nonetheless that will at least force a summoner spell. So RPG Saber has been really successful with that Rek'Sai pick.
Fair enough, and we'll be seeing RPG Saber in the playoffs, I'm guessing?
Not sure if RPG has more games. I'm not sure. I have to look at the table myself.
Fair enough. So we see that Orianna has gone with a heal instead of a barrier. So what do you think about this pick? Because she's facing a she's facing a Syndra, and the Syndra is going with an Ignite. So we've got the 50% heal reduction on the Orianna. So do you think heal is better over the barrier?
Yes, I do. I do believe that Syndra is slightly stronger against Orianna matchup, and since Orianna doesn't have any real escape other than to shield and speed herself up a little bit, and if that goes on cooldown, she might be in real trouble. Heal is it's a common summoner spell on to mages like Xerath, Orianna, and such. Whereas Syndra is more of a build reliant champion and has a very strong early game as well. Champions like Syndra, Ahri, LeBlanc, and such kill focused champions prefer to go with Ignite as opposed to passive laners like Orianna who just want to play it safe with the heal.
Fair enough. I'm just waiting for this game to start up. It's actually just stuck on 100%. It should have started up by now.
Yeah, what time are you on? Around?
I'm on the New Zealand time, so I guess the time's about 7 a.m. in the morning now.
No, the in-game
time.
You
mean in the game? Oh, no, I haven't even, my game hasn't even gone in. Has it gone in for you?
Yeah, I'm sitting at 2 minutes 10 seconds on the clock.
Okay, I think I've got to reconnect. Yeah, I'll just reconnect and I'll be right back. So what's currently happening in the game right now?
Standard lanes, no invades coming in.
Oh wow.
Master V just picks up his red buff. Meanwhile, Vi is picking up a blue, so more junglers starting at the bot side of the map, no real action other than standard harass here and there. Nobody is taken real low, no such high threat as of now. We do see that Orianna is being harassed out by the Syndra a little bit in the mid lane as expected, as Syndra gets harassed in return as well. So yeah, even trades coming out in the mid lane. So
have you seen any 2v1 lanes, that is the ADC and support going against the top laner?
No, that has never happened here in the ILG Season 1 or Season 2, even in the Pro League. Even well-coordinated teams like OG have never ever had a lane swap game in the ILG, I believe. So it's always standard lanes for, I guess they're not used to, lane swaps. Meanwhile, Graves will be forced to heal and flash, follow-up flash coming out of Thresh, but he will survive. So that will be a flash burnt by the AD carry Graves for a flash burnt on Vulcan 33 on that Thresh. The 2 flashes burnt at bot lane, and everybody's taken on pretty low. But you have to know that an exhaust has been traded for the heal on the Graves as well. So a lot of pressure onto the Graves right now, as Hook misses very closely onto the Graves yet again.
So how is this top lane going? Impale versus SWAT 1, 2, 3, 4.
It's going slightly even, 16 to 16 CS, but Maoka is actually taken low thanks to Ilia's damage. But Maokai still has his health pots up and available. He should be able to sustain all of it up. You do see Sexpus on that Oriana, kind of winning out the trades a little bit, managing to land his ball and his command dissonance. But Syndra has pretty much spammed all the mana onto the Oriana, whereas Sexpus is comparatively healthy in terms of health points and mana compared to the Syndra. So Oriana is looking comfortable so far, but that might change any second if Vi decides to show up.
Having a little more technical difficulties over here with seems to continuously prevent me from going in game. This is my second time trying to reconnect it and we joined completely.
Maokai, as you see, is playing it a little aggressive. He's pushing in the lane without wards. And he has 0 mana and very low on HP as well. He really has no mana as well. A flash stated at top lane. Really, I will not be able to follow up. But nonetheless, Maokai comes ahead. I mean, he loses the trade. He will be backing. There is a lot of CS left to be picked up by the Irelia. But both top laners will back at this. But that's a lot of fun. Irelia has won out the match, I guess. The wave is pushed up in her favor. But remember, guys, the Irelia, I believe, comes out ahead in the matchup. At least in the mid stages of the game. At least Irelia is a better team fighter compared to the Maokai in the early stages of the game. Whereas that will be changed when Maokai outscales Irelia in the end stage of the game. Hook onto the Braum. Will Braum be forced to flash? Yes, but nonetheless, Mastery, first blood. King Bradley managing to get a first blood onto the Braum. A shockwave coming onto the Syndra. Syndra will be forced to flash. So a lot of action happening all of a sudden here in the mid and bot lanes as well. Top lane, Irelia has yet to base, whereas Maokai has already based and he's managed to pick a mana and a mana crystal and a ruby crystal. So Irelia has pushed out the wave comparatively. She will be backing. She's comparatively healthy. She's in no trouble of going down. But you gotta remember, guys, Irelia has no flash. I'm not sure why Maokai is actually trading auto attacks right here without the help of a jungler, because Maokai has to realize that Irelia will be backing right after this, and Maokai just came from base. So trading damage against Irelia is not working out for them. Will not work out Maokai for the next couple of minutes. Hook coming on the Graves. Graves will E away, but will he be in danger of going down? No, he will survive. Meanwhile, you see Mastery actually getting executed to the Raptors at mid.
The Devils was talking about the executes that were happening in his previous games, and he was saying that with the new jungle, the updated jungle, that there was quite a number of executes.
Taken out here ult from the Syndra, but Oriana will just walk away safely. Yeah, you were saying, Sam?
So with the new jungle and everything, you see a number of executes in the jungle. As funny as it is, you see those broken shard players who end up dying in the jungle. It does not mean that they're not as skilled as the other players. They just get unlucky. They underestimate the jungle's damage. And with squishy champs such as Mastery, it just tends to happen often. So it's nothing to worry about. But I'm also guessing that you don't lose your buffs if you die to a jungle camp. You end up holding on to your buff when you come back. So it's not completely at a disadvantage. So you'll be perfectly fine.
We have talked about this, Ram, that Master E, despite snowballing an early game, if he's focused, he will lose out in the team fights. But you have seen the Master E pick up first blood. We are yet to see if he will snowball and manage to somehow play out these fights really well. But if Team K plays the fights properly, they should be able to focus him down and make that first blood onto the Master E pretty much useless.
So yeah, that's what you were saying. Even if the Master E tends to snowball, and if he manages to snowball, there is still a possibility that the Syndra and Team K can burst down the mastery.
A hook coming, yet another hook onto the Graves. Graves will E away. He's being exhausted. And exhaust coming onto both the AD carries has been a shockwave at mid. And the Sexpus gets a kill onto Z-Man 101 thanks to a very good shockwave and a command dissonance. Very well played by Sexpus at mid lane. He's winning out this mid lane in terms of CS and straight up 1v1 kill as well. So things are looking good for Team Clueless Gaming at this instant. Though considering that the Syndra is the one who is actually a stronger 1v1er compared to an Orianna, but it is slightly a skill matchup, and Orianna has shown that she is strong. Sexpus is strong at on that Orianna. Meanwhile, Mastery is actually coming behind the turret. Mastery has to realize that he has no minions, but Graves is taken out very low. Shield coming in from the ground. Agent 007 on the Corki will manage to pick up a kill on the Graves, but that will be a return kill picked up by a double kill coming for the Braum. A wide counter gang coming in as well. Corki being forced to flash. Orianna caught behind. But she's comparatively healthy. Will Vi go aggressive? Syndra comes in. A good ult from Z-Man 101 onto Sexpus will result in Orianna getting deleted as well. Meanwhile, trades for coming in from both the top laners. Level 8 is to level 8. Who will come out ahead in this trade? Maokai seems to be losing on the fight. Aurelia has a higher damage potential. A teleport coming in from Masi at top, but that will mean that the dragon will get taken away by Team K. Yes, guys, Maokai did go down in that fight, but he will take that trade as the dragon was left for free up for taking for free. Thanks to the teleport coming in from Mastery, but Mastery will actually plan on exchanging a dragon for a turret at top lane, but that will be stopped thanks to a teleport summoner spell picked up by that Aurelia on the top lane, and that is exactly why teleport is the ideal summoner spell to go in this meta currently. Meanwhile, you do see that Orianna is actually very confident in playing against that Syndra. Syndra is slightly scared of that Orianna. It usually should be the other way around, but nonetheless, Sexpus is showing off his skills and showing off to the world that why he deserves that platinum 1, solo queue rank. A hook comes on to Braum, but that is not the ideal target to go for. Meanwhile, Aurelia will be ganked by the Mastery. Aurelia will be forced to flash, but she will stay alive. Will Mastery come in for yet a second gank, knowing that Aurelia has no flash up for the next couple of minutes? Meanwhile, will this be the death of Syndra? Syndra is slowed down thanks to command distance. You have to know that a flash, beautiful flash coming in from Z-Man 101 will manage to keep him alive for the next few minutes, but no flash onto the Syndra when there's a jungle Mastery. Okay. So yeah, you have to see that Mastery has a lot of pressure to apply in this early game thanks to both the solar liners burning out the flashes very recently. Hook comes onto the Braum, but that will not be the ideal target as Corki has been forced out of the fight. Will they focus out the Thresh? A good ult by Thresh. Will it be a trade? Thresh is putting out auto attacks, and Vulcan 33 gets a kill picked up onto the Braum, and Corki will pick up a double. They pick out a 2-for-1 exchange in that very fight. That fight actually started looking good for Team K, but the fact that both Graves and Braum walked into that ultimate of Vulcan 33's Thresh, they were taken pretty low, causing the fight to turn around in favor of Team Clueless Gaming. But Orianna will show up in the bot lane, and nobody's there to defend bot lane tower, tier 1 turret, and that will be the death of tier 1 turret for Team Clueless Gaming. They are up in 2 turrets, both the mid and bottom turrets are taken out by Clueless Gaming, so they are looking good. But nonetheless, Team K are not out of this game by any amount, because they do realize that they have a Master E for jungle who could be focused out and pretty much rendered useless in all these team fights. Yet to be seen whether if Master E will be the target of focus from Team K. I hope they have analyzed that composition and realizing that Master E doesn't even have a flash. Master E should be ideal the target of choice for Team K. Let's see how it goes, guys. As blue buff is being given to the Syndra for Team K, as the red buff gets taken away by King Bradley on that mastery, and a red buff onto the mastery. He realizes that. Meanwhile, Vi flash flay fails onto the Vi as Vi just dashes away over the wall. So that's a summon of burn for nothing. So Orianna kind of gets spotted away. A good stun by Syndra. Will Syndra decide to go aggressive? Mastery of King Bradley goes aggressive. Shield coming in from the Braum. A shockwave hits just a Braum. Will this fight go down in favor of Team K, as Mastery will be the target of focus? CloudSky manages to pick up a kill onto the Mastery as Corky fail flashes the wall, and K comes out ahead in that trade. It's a 1-for-1 exchange, but they have managed to force a couple of summoners for nothing in that trade. So I guess overall Team Clueless wins the trade, but nonetheless that will be a lot of pressure put onto the bot lane of Team Clueless Gaming, but they have no minion wave to back it up. So a pretty even trade coming out in the mid lane fight, but nonetheless that was actually a poor shockwave if you ask me, because Orianna managed to ultimate just the Braum who had a shield on. So that shockwave pretty much doing nothing in that fight, but still Team Clueless Gaming came out ahead in that fight. Mastery pretty much got deleted thanks to a Y ultimate onto him. That is exactly what we were talking about. Meanwhile, Thresh's teleport gets cancelled by Syndra. As
I was saying, my computer is acting up a bit, so I probably won't be able to join in the live chat, but I can still analyze. I'm just watching the stream currently, the live stream that we've put up, and based on that, I can see that the Orianna has completed her death cap, and it seems like she's utilizing it pretty well. And the Syndra is 1-2, and she's only completed the chalice, so she's down on power quite a bit. So right now I can see that Clueless Gaming might just be in the advantage, and they can really, they might be able to turn their bad luck around, because they've lost their previous games and they really do want to win this game, so they might be able to turn their bad luck around.
I hate to interrupt you, Sam, but there's a dragon fight happening. The teleport will come down from Team Clueless Gaming as fight erupts. Chaos ensues. A shockwave hits two members. Orianna picks up the double kill, and Clueless Gaming will come out on top, as it will be a 4-for-none exchange in favor of Team Clueless Gaming, as Graves is the only member to survive that fight. And Team Clueless Gaming managing to pick up the dragon as well, I believe. No, Team K has slain the dragon. So that's a 4 kills plus a mid tower as well in exchange for a dragon. Team Clueless Gaming will take that trade as Thresh goes in aggressive. That was a pretty dumb move by Vulcan33, as Graves just dashes away. A free kill for the Graves. He'll be happy with that. But nonetheless, Team Clueless Gaming come out big in that trade. Yes, DJ Sam, go on.
Yeah, and you can just see the power from the Corki. His spike is so much with that Trinity Force. You can just see how much power he's exhibiting, and he's got the pickaxe to just help him along with that extra bit of damage, and along with the Qs from Master E, it's just been significantly stronger than the opposing team, that is Team K. And the Irelia still hasn't completed her Trinity Force, so she's still low on power, and the Graves has gone for the Infinity Edge. I mean, it's quite common to go for the Infinity Edge first, but I would have liked for something, because he's on the back foot right now, so I would have liked for something around the lines of Yomo's Ghostplay just for that burst, but I guess that's not the meta build right now. But I do think that Clueless Gaming are snowballing out of control, and Team K has to find a way to stop them right now.
Team K has to, analyze these team fights, wait for Master Eve, and they just have to, keep peeling away. They shouldn't just they shouldn't all in and die, clump up and die to an Orianna Shockwave. Meanwhile, we do see Syndra being caught out. She will be forced to flash. Syndra will go down. SWAT 1, 2, 3, 4 on that Maokai will manage to secure that kill. So Syndra getting caught out right there. Not even able to use her ultimate.
I think that Syndra is not exhibiting good performance because I actually thought that Syndra would be the perfect counter to this Mastery and even to Orianna and Corki. But it seems that she's right up in the front line and she's getting caught up quite a bit and she's going down too fast. Like way too fast. She's so squishy that she's going down without doing anything and she doesn't even land her stuns. So it's good for her to be right up there, but it's just not particularly good for her to be right in the front when she has her tanks to rely on. So I think the Syndra might need to, as you said, analyze and try to focus pick the Corki or the Orianna or even the Master E before they burst them down.
Master E should be the focus, if you ask me, because currently he's sitting on he's sitting on a BOTRK. He's sitting with basic boots, but that ultimate will give him all that movement speed which he requires. And Team Clueless Gaming will be contested for a team fight by Team K. Team Clueless Gaming decide to back away as Master Yi and Syndra are being seen at what side of the map. Tom pretty much has no mana at this point. Team Clueless Gaming is actually pressuring the mid inhibitor turret. I'm not sure if this should be the ideal target or the choice to make, as Syndra again gets hooked and gets taken low, but she will not go down. Orianna did have a shockwave up and available. I'm not sure why she didn't use it.
I just think that Syndra should not be in this front line at all. She's like way up in the front line.
Positioning a lot.
And I also like the fact that Clueless Gaming
onto the Braum, but Braum is not the ideal target they want, as Y goes in aggressive. Irelia goes all in onto the Corki being forced to W away as Maokai is tanking up a lot of damage. Mastery coming in from behind secures a kill onto the Irelia, and very well played by the Mastery. His positioning was assassin-ish, as he just came from behind, not allowing the members of Team K to focus him at all. That was actually very good play from King Bradley on that Mastery, because he knows that he will be the ideal choice of focus by Team K. So he kind of played it in assassin style, waiting for all the cooldowns and stuns to go out to the other members of Team Clueless Gaming, and he came in from behind and managed to clean up a lot of the kills, and that is exactly the reason why Team Clueless Gaming came out ahead in that fight, despite being so ahead.
I have to agree that King Bradley has been doing really well all day actually, but the only reason that Clueless Gaming have been losing, in my opinion, is because of the DCs that they had in 3 of their games actually. They had DCs in 3 of their games. Their top laner continuously DC'd, and that was pretty much the reason that they lost their games. And I just think that King Bradley's playstyle is in such a way that he complements his team. When his team needs him, he knows where he should be. He knows how to flank, and he's done it really well. And I also think that Team K has been Team K's performance, especially Syndra's performance, has been quite poor. She's getting caught out, mispositioning, and Clueless Gaming doesn't want to risk another DC, and they're pushing in. They've already got an early inhib at 20 minutes, and they might be pushing in bot lane and top lane and trying to finish this game out, unlike their previous games, which dragged on to 40 to 45 minutes.
The minute inhibitor has gone down for Team Clueless Gaming, as Braum gets caught, but no follow-up will result of the Braum hook, as this could be the first dragon coming in for Team Clueless Gaming, and Team K will not contest for this, as Irelia is still seen at base. She has teleport, but she will not. She will decide not to use it. As a flash came in from, I believe, the Thresh, but no hook does result. So nonetheless, pressure going on to the bot lane right now, as Clueless Gaming are pushing on the bot lane. They won the second tier of bot turret right now. As you see, Syndra is actually out of position. She's actually trying to get executed to the turret, as Maokai is seen heading over to the bot lane. Sapling will not hit, or will it? Maokai, if he flashes, he might be able to. Syndra. Oh wait, spot 1, 2, 3, 4 on that Maokai will manage to actually kill the Syndra right there. So that did not work as planned for the Syndra, and Z-Man 101. Come on, man. Your positioning has been awful yet again.
All game he's been out position, and he's pretty much putting himself right up in front of everyone. He's sitting alone. He hasn't even thought about his team. You can see that his whole team is sitting behind a tower while he's just pushing like solo-esque. And
indeed, I have to interrupt you.
Go for it.
Ram, as another team fight erupts, as Mastery will be taken out by the Graves, and that was a turret dive coming in from CluelessGaming, but that was actually a 1-for-1 trade. Aurelia for and every member of Team CluelessGaming is low, as Graves gets taken low as well. Maokai doing a lot of damage onto the Graves, and Graves just underestimated the damage from Maokai. Will that be Sexpus manages to ulti, last second ulti the Syndra, and Syndra was actually baited right there. So she thought she could get a kill onto, as a surrender comes in from Team K, and GG, well played at 24:45 minutes. CluelessGaming comes out ahead victorious against Team K.
This is probably the fastest game we've had all day, and definitely the most convincing. This is well played by CluelessGaming, considering that they have lost most of their games today, and this is really well played from them. And Todd, thanks for the casting and taking the main role, because my computer has been messing around with me for quite a bit, and thank you for that. And this I'm guessing this is our last game for the night that's going to be streamed.